welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making ricotta cookies. They are delicious and they're easy to make. You're going to preheat your oven to 400. You're going to get your cookie sheets ready with parchment paper or whatever you're going to use on there. And we're going to get started. You're going to need 1 stick of softened butter. Put it into your bowl.
And while you're watching the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We greatly would appreciate it.
Yes, we would. Half a cup of sugar. We're going to beat this until it's light and fluffy. While that's going, we're going to get our other ingredients together. You're going to need 1 cup of ricotta. You're going to need 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You're going to need 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Now, you're going to need lemons for the frosting. So what I did was, instead of wasting the lemons, I'm going to turn this up a little bit now, it's ready to go. I zested the lemon, and I'm going to pour that in. It's not in the recipe, but it'll just boost that lemon flavor when you put the frosting on, okay? So I'm going to let this go until it's light and fluffy. Then you're going to mix all your dry ingredients together. You're going to whisk them together. And then we're going to wait until this is light and fluffy, and we're going to add our egg and vanilla. Alright, I want to show you the light and fluffy. You want it really white and fluffy. Make sure you get it, even if it takes a little bit of time. It's a very important step in your baking process. It gets the air into that butter, and it's going to make all your baking, whatever you're making, light and fluffy, okay? So our next thing we're going to add is our vanilla and our egg. And I just measured all this out ahead of time because I don't think you guys want to watch me measuring everything. If you do, let me know. I'll go back to doing it that way. I just think you have better things to do with your time, but if you really need help in knowing how to measure things the right way, email us or talk to us on Facebook or on YouTube, and we'll start measuring for you guys.
That's what the comment section's for. If you got questions, ask them.
Yes, please do. Now we're going to mix this until the egg's mixed in pretty well, because now once we start adding our other stuff, we don't want to overmix it. We want these cookies to be very tender. And you'll see the egg will start coming together into the mix. It'll take a few seconds. Alright, now I'm going to add the zest that I'm using, since I didn't want to waste it from my other lemons that we're using the juice from for the frosting. Like I said, you don't have to do this. And if you do use the zest, make sure you do not get any of that white pith that's underneath the skin, or it will be very bitter, okay? I'm just going to give that a quick swirl. Now we're going to add in our ricotta. We're going to only mix this until it's just mixed in. We don't want to overmix it. Alright, once you get this mixed together, like I said, don't overmix it. We're going to gradually add our dry ingredients, okay? So a little bit at a time. And we're going to only mix this until it's mixed in also. So I'm going to go slow so it doesn't go all over. Alright, once your dough comes together, like I said, don't over mix it. Now you're going to take your cookie scoop. I have about a 1-inch cookie scoop here. You can use regular spoons, whatever you have. And we're going to put these on our cookie tray. And we're going to put at least 2 inches between them in case they spread a little bit. And they're going to bake at 400 for 8 to 10 minutes until they're slightly golden on the edges. Alright, I'm just scraping the bottom of my bowl, getting the rest out. Now I'm going to put these in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes until they're golden brown on the edges. Alright, these are mine. I think they're a little bit too brown. I would start checking them at 6 minutes. These were 8 minutes, and these were 7 minutes, and they both came out the same. I'm not concerned about it because once we put that frosting on, it'll keep it soft and on the side of moister than dry, okay? But I would start checking them at like 5-6 minutes. If you think they're cooking too fast and too hot, turn your oven down to 375, let it cool off a little bit, and then put your other pan in. I don't see anything wrong with these. I think they look amazing. That one's very hot. Jack's gonna try them without the frosting.
Oh my God, it's like eating a cloud.
They're very, very light. They rose really high, which I like. Now, if I were you guys...
Here's the inside.
If I were you, I wouldn't hesitate to put like maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in the mixture if you want to. It's not in the recipe, but I think it would give it a brighter flavor, is what I'm thinking. I'm just giving you different ideas on things to do. So we're going to let these cool completely, then we're going to frost them. Now once your cookies are totally cool, we're going to glaze them. So you're going to need, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of powdered sugar and 2 lemons juiced. I'm just going to eyeball it because I think that's an awful lot of frosting for the amount of cookies I have. But if you don't feel right in eyeballing it, then just follow the recipe, okay? Now if you think that your frosting is too thin, add more powdered sugar. If it's too thick, add a little more lemon juice. And I'm just going to add this until I think I like the consistency. You're looking for a little bit of a thicker consistency because you're going to just be dipping the tops into it. I'm just using a whisk. Trying to make sure I get all those chunks of powdered sugar. I think that might be still a little bit runny. Let me just add a little bit more. Oops, a little bit more. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. I just don't want this to run off, all of it run off. We want it to stay on the cookie.
Do these get dipped or drizzled?
Either or, I'm dipping mine.
Okay.
There's not a lot of flavor in the cookie, so the frosting is going to make up for that flavor.
Right.
If you drizzle, I don't think you're going to get enough flavor for the cookie, but you can do whatever you want to do. I think that's perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, if you want sprinkles, you're going to dip them, like so. Kind of twirl it off. And then at this point you would add your sprinkles. I'm not adding sprinkles to mine. Alright, so I'm just finishing up. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.